GM fam, we are live with your host Phil X Contreras, where we talk about Solana NFTs, the drama, the live, and the vibes. Okay, so what the hell happened this week? A lot has happened, and we can go through it one by one. First thing is the Elixir mint. Does that just happen recently today? And some people call it atrocity, some people call it a disaster, people call it I don't care. But overall, let's see what just happened. Note that this isn't financial advice, just entertainment of me talking about how much I like cartoon JPEGs. Okay, so let's start off. Elixir. All right, so here's what happened. Elixir finally minted, and many DJs were waiting for this epic project to mint because it was one of the biggest platforms coming out to Solana. So here we have a tweet basically to where it describes on what happened. So Elixir, when they came out with their mint, they had this way of minting, which is what you call a wager. And here you basically have how it was done. You have the public mint, free for all, minted in public. And there's just an example screenshot where it was 41%. The time left was 7 hours. The dynamic price was 18.39 SOL. And this is the problem, was that people were putting in 2 SOL, 5 SOL, and 10 SOL, all the way up to 15 SOL, thinking that they were going to get the mint. And sure enough, it's just a wager. And this basically brought a lot of people down because they lost money. They thought they were going to get the NFT. But a guaranteed NFT was at 18.39 SOL at that time. So a wager is basically money deposited for an outcome of an event. So if you wager 2 SOL, you have a 10.9% chance of winning. Because of this, people, they thought they were gonna get the NFT because this was out of the norm in Solana. This is the first time that this occurred. But if you don't know what a wager is, it's best to just stay away. So, anyways, overall, Elixir is a great platform. I do think that they're gonna come out with some great things. The people did say their apologies. It said right here, for anyone that did not understand the wager mint or was confused, I'm truly sorry. I want to add this is quite literally 0.0001% of our project and would hate to see people reflect Elixir on one stage of our mint process. We will make sure everything is dealt with properly. And there was a clear lack of understanding and education from our end around what a wager is, yada yada, and they basically describe it. So as you can see, I have my actual platform where I have my secondary watch list, and I already did add my oval on here as well. So let me show you real quick on how it looks like right here. Bada bing, bada boom, and it's done. All right, so here we have oval. It definitely did start off that high at around 17 Solana. And usually for me, you probably know I do not get into NFTs during mint. I usually wait, I observe like a hawk and see where the price is gonna come in. Even if it does go up, I don't care because I'm not gonna risk something if I don't know what the product is. So it finally started coming down a little bit, and it got back up to 14 SOL. It went back down to 11, and it's starting to move. And you can see that there's this linear line coming through here, and it's finally coming back down to 10.37 Solana. So I do think that this could hit 5 SOL. A lot of people think I'm outrageous for that, but there's a lot of things that I've said that it will get down, especially like Bubble Goose. When that project came out, Bubble Goose, it was like a 10 SOL mint. I stated at that time I was going to wait till it gets below 5. It took like 3 or 4 months when it finally got there. Now it's like a 2 SOL, but I'm not touching it because there's a lot of things going on with the project. Yada, yada. But anyways, so 5 SOL is my price here. I'm going to wait for this to come down. If it doesn't come down, oh well. Am I going to put 10 SOL here in hopes it gets to 20 SOL and 2x? Probably not. I think it's still too much of a risk. You got 2% here as far as Lotus supply. So there could be more FUD. There could be something that could drastically change this whole percentage here to where it could go up to 5%, and that will bring this price back over there down. All right, so on to the next thing. We'll go back to my secondaries very soon. So we have some other crazy news, And this is basically something that I uh I just realized. If you probably don't know, during this uh bull market in the height of the NFT space, Justin Bieber, he bought a bored ape. And how much did that bored ape cost? It costed $1.3 million. And that is quite a lot. I mean, let me show my face here. Okay, so Justin Bieber, he bought a bored ape for $1.3 million, and it has gone down in 94%. What does that what's the price for that? That's about like $74,000. So he definitely FOMO'd in, and he did not really I mean he probably didn't even care, but this just shows how much NFTs can go down. 98% of NFTs will go down. That's why I say this is not financial advice. For me, I just put in money that I am not gonna use and I'm not gonna foresee. Just money that I like to just put on the side that I pretend that I'm never gonna see again. So um, that's just some heads up on how people have lost money. Now, for me, I like to invest, I like to trade projects, and I have my own way of doing this, and that's why I go live. So let's talk about the next thing. All right, so Lily is this next project coming out today. We have talked about it in the past, and it's finally minting. Finally, it's minting. Beautiful art, beautiful logo, and beautiful branding. That's all I have to say about this. And I really can't wait to see how these NFTs come out because it is definitely unique. I haven't really seen this style of art before, and it's also charming. I don't think it has sub DAOs. I don't think it's that type of NFT. But overall, the main thing about the Lily is the art. If you don't know the founder, his name is Bunjil. He he created the Lotus gang, which was like more of a pixelated type of art, but he is an artist himself. This guy knows how to create art, and he draws very beautiful art. So you can really see the potential behind this project. You can also see the way they color paletted this whole brand around the lily. So the big question for me is, am I actually going to put this in my secondary watch list, the lily? And my answer is probably not right now. I love art, but I do think that I'm gonna wait for a little bit and see how this whole thing comes into play on Twitter, on NFT Inspect, what the unique holders are around this, because this is something to where you have Bunjil, who is the creator of this project, who is also the creator of the Lotus Gang, and I want to see how these two things play out. Like next to each other with this one artist. So I'll just be keeping an eye on it, but I'm still gonna be on the sidelines for this one. All right, so now let's get on to my secondary plays over here, and this is what I have done so far in this ecosystem. So you have a couple of NFTs here that have finally come down, and they are, and let me push this to the side so you can see, because I know sometimes you can't see it. So we got Buyhead that has finally come down, and you have Liberty Square that has finally come down on the 7th day, and you have Ooze and Metaplex white paper. So the last time we talked was that a lot of projects have skyrocketed. Still, almost all of them are still up in the green. From all the way from Paratools all the way up, they're all in the green. Songen is at 300%, and a lot of these have gone above 20%. So the main thing here is that I am not looking at these projects as far as like buying in, because I don't like to FOMO into things that have already pumped. I'm looking at the red projects that I think have potential. So the best thing to do, I suggest, is to create your own watch list, research the projects, and find out which ones you like as far as art, utility, and team. And then after all that, then you can start creating your own watch list and track the projects and see where you can actually start going in. So overall, this is my personal watch list on what I like. I've curated this after many months. I've been into Solana space since 2021, and I have I have deep knowledge in a lot of these projects for me. So there's a lot of great projects out there, and let me show you what I mean by this. Okay, so going into hyperspace, we have a lot of collections here, and hopefully, let me try to get into the main NFT. Okay, so we got Steppin, we got Solana Monkey Business, we got DJ Ape. I don't have DJ Ape in my whole watch list. Why? Because I'm not accustomed to it. I'm not, I don't enjoy the art. It's not me. It's not me. It might be you. It's not me. It's a definitely a lot of other people. They love it, but it's not me. So that's the thing. You have game rooms, a great project, surrounded by Aurora, which is another amazing gaming project, but it's not me. That's why it's not in my secondary because I don't relate to it. I'm not really into games. I don't play games much. The reason why is because I fear of addiction. And I don't want to get addicted because I like to be productive. I like to be productive during the day. So addiction ruins my production. So that's just my own personal reason on myself. Now there might be people that love games and love to play, and that's their hobby. Like this is my hobby. So they might put this in their, in their playbook because they understand games. For me, I don't really understand games. So Jelly Rascal is another one. So it's the same. It's the same one right here. I don't understand this. I'm not a big fan of games overall. I do. I used to play Halo, but overall, I'm not looking into that. But again, a great project. So you have other ones like Famous Fox. This one's great as well. Big utility play. But am I really into it? I'm not. Do I think it's gonna do well? Yeah, it probably is, and probably gonna do better than most of the ones I have. But again, I'm not into this one. This is not for me. So that's why I say like you have to create your own list on what you think you're gonna do well. Bet3, that's another project created by Cody. Do I know sports betting? I do not. That's why I'm not gonna get in it because I don't understand it. And the problem with that is that if I go in it and and the prices come down below 50% or whatever, I'm not gonna understand why it got down. So that's just a little side. It's not a rant, but a side thing of how I do this with all these projects here. All right, so what have I done? All right, so the biggest play for me was ABC. We had ABC around 15 Solana. I bought in when everyone feared. When there was a lot of fear, I got excited. I really did get excited. It reminded me of March 2020. I had a lot of people tell me that they were gonna sell everything after this whole collapse of FTX, and that's when I started buying in. And right here, and if I can find it, it pumps so much that you can't see it on the screen, but yeah, right here you have Solana where you had ABC come down at around 13.54 Solana. That was crazy. That was actually pretty nuts. And it finally skyrocketed to 33 Solana, all the way up to 39 Solana. So I bought two of them in here. Right now I have 10 ABCs. You've been watching me slowly accumulate these ABCs. So with 10 times, let's just say 40, I'm already at 400 Solana with these bad boys, and I'm still gonna wait. I'm not gonna sell these because I see a lot of potential with this project. ABC, let me explain again on how ABC is different from Elixir because a lot of people don't get it. They don't get what's going on here. All right, so we have ABC here, right? If you can see my screen real quickly, we have ABC, and let me draw Elixir. All right, ABC, ABC. Let's do Elixir, Elixir. All right, so Elixir, here's the big difference. Elixir is like a company. Elixir has NFTs. That's their OVOs, OVO NFTs. Elixir, the company, the team, they own this right here. They're gonna do whatever they can to promote these NFTs, and it's just them, nothing else, no one else. That's it. ABCs is different. ABC is the NFT. ABCs are the owner. They're the owner. And what does ABC have? They have Hate Swap, which Hate Swap is actually a competitor to Elixir in some way, right? But that's the difference, is that we're not talking about ABCs, we're talking about Hate Swap and Elixir. Someone else in the NFT community of ABCs can make a project at any moment, which I do think is going to happen, and have ABC own it, because ABC is a decentralized immunity NFT. It's basically just art, but you can build on top of it, just like Hate Swap. There are a lot of people buying into ABCs. There are going to be a lot of people with a lot of ABC NFTs who want to build around ABC NFTs, so that someone else could probably create, let's say, a casino, right? A casino project. Another person creating this, and royalties will go back to ABCs. Someone else can create a sports revenue sharing game. There's just many things that can happen. Elixir is different from ABCs. ABC is just an NFT. That's why I bought into ABC, because I love the idea of decentralized ownership of things. I can create something right now if I want. All right, so back to the main topic. So because I am getting a little bit off topic. Sometimes I do get off topic, but here we go. ABCs. All right, 40 Solana. I do think that this is a long-term play for me. I'm keeping my ABCs. I'm waiting for Hate Swap token to come out. When Hate Swap starts coming out, the FOMO will most likely kick in. That's what I think. And then at some point, the FOMO will die when these tokens airdrop, but we shall see. At some point, I will sell it around 100. That's my price target, actually. 90 to 100, and we'll see if it gets there. That'll basically be 1,000 Solanas for me, but that's going to be a while. That's going to take a long time. But I was hoping that ABCs would go below 20, and it didn't happen. So I'm actually kind of not happy. That's just like odd, but yeah, I wish it was still below so I can accumulate more. But all right, so Rotten X has done actually pretty tremendous for their project. They have finally gotten into some momentum when they went down to 0.40 Solana. They basically just fudded themselves. The art was horrible, but now they are gaining ground because the person behind this project, he is basically just a solo guy that creates these anime type of videos. And that is actually the cool thing about him. I haven't got into the project. I'm still a little bit skeptical on what they're doing and if it can be actually executed. Do they have the business mindset to do this? But I still have it here just as a watch list. The other one is Kikiverse. We talked about this a little bit before, and we were talking about it when it was around 0.50, and I was basically saying that it's, it was going to go a little bit lower. It could go lower because the pilot program got delayed for a month, and sure enough, it was going a little bit lower. And then finally, after a month, the pilot program was kind of introduced. So they basically said that they have some things finally ready and it's in line, and I could bring it up here in the Kikiverse Discord, where they actually made an announcement about it, which they basically said that you can log into this TV show and you can see the instructions. It's Web2 money, and then that's how you can actually make your rewards from this once a month. So the news has finally came out, right? That was the main thing that I was talking about. The other thing is, how long can this news go to where this could go above 1 SOL? I don't know, actually. And the other thing is that I was buying this around like a 0.7 to 1 SOL, somewhere around there with my Kikis, and it got down. Now that it's gonna come back up, I'm probably gonna sell at the same price because I don't see any other shilling news that there is for this project until a long time. This was the main thing I was waiting for, this news, and it's finally came out. It did pump, but I think it's probably going to end somewhere around here. And I don't want to risk it again for it to come back down and wait for a very long time. I'd rather just take it, put it into some other projects. All right, so that's the Kikis right there. Still, overall a great projects on what they do. All right, so we have anybody's. me- Remember, we talked about this when it was at 16 Solana, and I basically said that once this hype comes back, once they start talking about their next big brands, this thing was gonna move. And sure enough, this thing did pump like crazy. From 16 Solana, it went all the way to 44 Solana. I didn't buy one because because I was in the route of buying ABCs. Sometimes you just have to pick one or the other. So overall, a great project. I do think the hype's gonna die down and it's gonna come back down to 16 Solana, maybe 2 months from now. So the other project, okay, Lunar is still at 4.6. I did sell one when I bought it around here, maybe like 2 point something. And I am waiting for it to come back down because I do want to buy another one again. So we're gonna see where this goes. It might not happen. Zombies is finally making its move upwards. It's holding steady right here. So we're gonna finally see what this project is all about. They're about to announce something very soon, probably like the end of this week. The Utes also kind of pumped. Utes went through this phase as well, but it's holding steady around 94, 95. So we're going to wait on what Frank talks about with the gods and Utes integration, which I cannot wait. Now, the other project that seems interesting is, let's see, did I already have it? It's not the Nectars, but it's the other one. We're going to wait where it is. But anyways, okay, Sources is one that I'm still waiting for some brand movement around this. If it does come, they are at 7%. I mean, I could probably still buy one if it does come back down to like 1.4. I already have two right now, but one more would be great. Experiments is another one. This one's kind of tough because Jersey owns this. It's not a lot of volume around here. There's like two right here. There's one. It's not a lot of volume throughout the day. That's the only dangerous thing. Like if it wasn't for that, I'll probably buy like a couple more. But right now I think I have about 5 or 6. Maybe one more I'll buy, and then my goal is to sell around 0.80, and I think I should be sufficient and pull out at that time, except for one because I support Jersey for what he's done in this space. All right, so that is basically the majority of the things I'm looking at. Metaplex. Oh, this one. All right, so I almost forgot about this one. All right, so we talked about Metaplex on Wednesday, and on Wednesday I was buying it right here when it finally came down. I did a whole talk about Metaplex, what it is, and yada yada. Well, it finally started pumping at 2.20, which is great. And still not selling it. I'm gonna wait for it to hit around 2.8, which I do believe is gonna happen. It's a 1,000 collection, still at 8%. At that time, it was above 10%, maybe like 11%. So it has gone down. The price has gone up, and I'm gonna wait for it to hit 2.83 sold. That's where I'm actually gonna try to sell it. Now, as far as the moving average, it's gonna hit it, but I'm still gonna wait. It's just a guideline for me. All right, so the other one that looks interesting is a kind of Liberty Square, but I'm still waiting. This one's definitely volatile. There's gonna be a podcast coming out with Mark Holzer. I mean, maybe some people are gonna play it by here and wait for the podcast and then sell it after the podcast. Who knows? But for me, I'm still just waiting to see what they're developing. I still think it's a little bit too much of a risk. If it goes up, cool. I don't care if it does go up. But I just want to wait till I get some more info on the project. So that is basically everything. My main thing is still Metaplex. Maybe one more experiment or one more source, but we'll see. We'll see how this whole thing plays out. So much love, guys. And make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content on my live videos, and peace.